Hi, I'm going to be talking about smart studying tips today. People who do well in exams, are they smart learners or are they intelligent? Yeah, you guessed it right. It's a mixture of both. It's not about how long you study, but how smart you study. Let's look at some smart studying tips for you. Smart study tips. First, have a study space which is assigned for that particular purpose of studying. Second is you make your own personalized timetable. And third is the SQ3R method, that when you sit down to study, follow the SQ3R method, which is survey, question, read, recite, and review. Number one, the space where you study. Have an assigned space. It's very important that you have a particular place that you can sit down and study every day. You don't have to go out of your room too many times. Have everything that you need around you, and that is your study space. The second point is about the timetable. It's important that you make your own personalized timetable because you know what your week subjects are for you and you can make the timetable that works best for you. Just a couple of things that you might want to remember is that make the timetable flexible, allow yourself breaks in between, and reward yourself when you have accomplished something that you wanted to accomplish. Okay? The third is you have your space of studying, you have the timetable. Now when you sit down to study, it's important that you can follow a particular method, which I'll be talking about next. That is the SQ3R method. It works for a few students. It may not work for a few others. You can try it for yourself. SQ3R. S means survey. So whenever you're preparing to sit down with a subject, open the chapter that you want to do and glance through it, skim through it, go through the main points, the keynotes, the highlights, and get an overall gist of the chapter. It helps to prepare to receive what you're about to study. Next is Q, question. That means whatever headings are there in the chapter that you are encountering, the topics that are there, turn them around into questions. That helps to encode information better. It keeps you focused and it helps you remember things that you're about to study. First R in the 3 R's is read. Read now is the time for you to read the entire chapter in detail. So you can go through all the specific facts that are given and put them there in your mind for you to remember. Okay, the next R is recite. That basically talks about how there are certain things in the chapter that you will have to remember. Okay, certain facts, certain names of certain parts of the body or whatever. You have to remember those things. So by reciting it and repeating it in your mind, it'll help you remember. Okay, the last R, and that's the most important in the SQ3R, is review. What is review? Review is about assessing how much you know, how much you have learned. Okay, how do students review? They take a test, yes. Okay, so that helps them to assess their recall. When you study a chapter, if you can take a test on that chapter, it will help you understand how much you know and how much you don't know of that chapter. In meditation.com, there are chapter-wise tests that can help you do just that. Okay, so you can read something and take a test on that chapter. And you will be able to identify your weak areas in that chapter. So once the weak areas are identified, you can now focus on them by reading up more. Okay, and once you feel confident, now is the time for you to take probably sample papers of previous years. Yes, meditation.com can also help you with that because it has sample papers in maths and science from the previous years which can help you practice even more. There is another way that you can review. Okay, and sometimes students think it works for them, which is to create their own tests. Now, in normal course, that can seem like a huge task, create your own tests. Okay, but with the help of Meditation's test generator, there's a tool, you can create your own unlimited tests in maths and science and you can take ample practice opportunities using those tests. Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of this video which talks about smart study tips. So have an assigned space, have a timetable that you can stick to, and third, the SQ3R method. I hope you're able to put this method to good use, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.